There we go. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to United Weekly. I'm Jay and this is a daily Man United news update, and we are going to be discussing the Super League and how it's going to kill football. Honestly, I've been holding in my absolute rage since last night about this. So, for those of you that haven't seen what's going on and need a short rundown, 12 teams: AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea and Man City have all agreed to start a European Super League, which is basically their answer to replacing the Champions League. Now, for those who aren't huge football fans, then again, I don't know why you'd be watching this live stream. I'm going to explain why this is a big reason. Why this is a big issue. For one, it is money-grabbing, franchising bullshit. Straightforward. Absolute money-grabbing. So, JP Morgan and Chase, the big bank in America, most of you would know them, are putting up billions. I think it's around the region of £6 billion in investment. Each team is going to get about 3.5 billion to basically refurbish their club so they can compete in this Super League. And the owners are running it. Yeah. So basically, the chairman is Florentino Perez. I think that Florentino Perez, who is the chairman of Real Madrid. Joel Glazer, who is one of the owners of United, and Arsenal's owner, whose name eludes me, is also a vice chairman. So you're in a competition with a bunch of other teams, and that competition is run by the teams. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's reasons why we have independent panels. We have independent panels so we can keep things fair. Now, yes, there is corruption in UEFA. Yes, there's corruption in FIFA. I'm sure there is. But the thing is that if you leave it to the teams, what happens? What happens if, I don't know, one of the Real Madrid players says something to one of the United players, and then United go, well, he needs a 3-match ban, or he needs a 5-match ban, or an 8-match ban. Or if Luis Suarez, who's playing for Atletico, decides to, have a little nibble on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and it's like, oh, well, no, because we run the league, yeah, no, that's fine. It's just completely shrouded in controversy. It's just absolutely sickening. And UEFA, the Premier League, FIFA, La Liga, Serie A, they've all come out and spoken against it. Club legends from all these different clubs have come out against it. The fans have all come out against it. What have United done today? Well, apparently we've left the European Football Association now. As a United fan, this breaks my heart. Because for those of you who might not be United fans that might watch this, for those of you that are, but maybe a bit younger, in 1958, we flew to Munich for a European competition when it was frowned upon. And actually, we were sanctioned for playing in Europe back then. The English leagues didn't want English teams to play in Europe. But Matt Busby wanted to. Then the Munich air disaster happened in 1958. Players lost their lives. 10 years later, Sir Matt Busby went on to win the European Cup. In 1999, United won the treble. And we won the Champions League, the European Cup. In 2008, on penalties, we won the European Cup. Liverpool came back. They've won it 6 times, but came back in Istanbul Three goals down to AC Milan, won the European Cup. This cup won't exist. We won't play in it. It's trying to replace it. All of that history, what is it going to mean? What's it going to mean to anyone? What's it going to... What, in 30 years' time, I'm gonna say to my kids or my grandkids, oh, I remember in 99, I was in a bar in Menorca when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got that last-minute header to win the Champions League. Dad, Granddad, what's the Champions League? Is that the European Super League? No, it fucking isn't, you little shit. No, because the European Cup has history. Yes, I know it needs a bit of reform in here and there. I know that things change, but this is far too drastic of a change. This is not even a change for football. This isn't a change for the fans. They come out and say it in their press releases. Liverpool posted on their social media. I think Arsenal did. United done it through their website because, you know, what you can't see won't hurt me, because they don't want to see the backlash. They didn't want to give the fans a voice by posting it on Twitter, so they hid away from doing that. So they done it on their site. But they're talking about how, oh, we're going to bring football back and make it great again. I tell you what's great. What's great is going on a cold night in Stoke or a cold night in Burnley and fighting for a win. Now, here's the issue with the Super League. The Champions League as it stands right now in England, the top 4 teams qualify for the Champions League. 5, 6 and 7 for the Europa League. Now, in this new proposed league, there's no relegations. There's, you know, it's teams can get added to it. But what happens? They get added for 1 year because they've done well in the league, and then they're not added because the founding teams cannot be removed. And it's all in the press release. They can't be removed. And how can you remove them if they run the league? Oh, you can't remove us because otherwise we're gonna, you know, take our investment out. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I tell you what this is. This is American owners like John Henry, like Joel Glazer, like, again, Arsenal's guy. I can't remember his name. That want to franchise football as and they likened it to the NBA model. And it's ridiculous. And I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. I can fucking see what's going to happen a mile off. It's not going to be, oh, you play at home at Old Trafford 1 week and then you play in the San Siro the next. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be, you play maybe 1 game at Old Trafford, then you play in Singapore, then you play in Sydney, then you play in Hong Kong, then you play in Los Angeles. That is why we have tours at the end of the season. I know there's fans all over the world, and that's a great thing. If there's fans in Malaysia, if there's fans in Mexico of Man United, that's a good thing. It is. And it's sad they can't see the games. It is. But don't take it away from the people that are from Manchester or that are from the UK that do travel to games. Admittedly, I haven't been to a game in a while. I mean, pandemic for one thing, but, you know, money and moving around is another thing. But still, it's like being able to get on a train and go to Manchester, 2-hour train, 2.5-hour train. I was planning it for next season. If this goes through, I'll tell you what, I will, and that's why I'm not wearing my United shirt. I know I've got one in the thumbnail, but you know, I am not going to wear my United shirt until this is resolved. I am not putting another money into that club until this is resolved. Because it's absolutely horrendous what is going on. The hard-working fans And I hate to say it, but what these owners of these clubs are doing is they're sodding off the day one fans to get money from day trippers. And I'm not trying to shit on them. If you're a fan of the club, you're a fan of the club. That's brilliant. But by destroying the club, by destroying the live fan base, the fan base that's been there since they were younger, the fan base that have always supported, for fans that have become fans because we've become a commercial team, it's ridiculous. And why are even Tottenham and Arsenal even in this? I'm sorry, but Leicester, West Ham, look how well they're doing. Apparently Leicester were approached for it and they said no because it would be immoral to football. PSG and Bayern pulled out. But apparently they're now being bribed into it, not with money, but with the fact that this league will destroy European football. If there's money in this Super League, there's not money in the Champions League. And they've done this all underneath the nose of UEFA. They've done this all under the nose of FIFA. They've done this all under the nose of the various FAs across the world. And we shouldn't stand for it. None of us should stand for this. Because what's going to happen is, in a couple of years' time, or in 5 years' time, I'm not going to get to take my kid to a United game. Because the ticket prices will go up. They'll be playing in multiple different countries, sometimes across the world. The people that wanted a 39th game to be played overseas, you know, it's going to be ridiculous. It's an absolute crime. And if you want my opinion, and I'm right now, I'm going to focus on the side of Man United. I want us to be kicked out of the Europa League. I want us to have points deducted from the Premier League. And I want to have some form of ban in place, even if it's a transfer ban. And that's coming from a United fan. As much as I want to see my club win trophies, as much as I want to see us build a strong team, rich owners cannot bully the authorities of football. Yes, the authorities get it wrong from time to time, but you don't go and create your own league. You don't go off and run your own competition. Because a competition that is chaired and the board is the board of the clubs that are in it. So if they do bring up someone, say in a few years' time, they're like, oh, Leicester, you've been invited to play in the Europa League, the European Super League this season. And something happens, and Leicester are like, oh, this is a farce, you know. Look, he double-footed tackled Fofana, and now he's injured. He needs a 3-match ban. No, can't do that. Can't do that. You know, we're the founding clubs. You know, we've all got a say. It's going to be pure nepotism from day one, and they want to start this league next season. 6 games till the end of the Premier League season, and they come out with this saying they want to start it next season. These sort of things take time. This is rushed, and I tell you what, the only reason these owners are doing it is because they're each getting a £3.5 billion payout. Guess what that means? Fucking dividends. And as United fans, we know what dividends means. Because our net spend has been ridiculous. Yes, we've spent money. People that aren't fans of United might see, oh, but you bought this player, you bought Harry Maguire for 85 million, blah, blah, blah. net spend has been poor, but the club always managed to take out a big chunk of dividends. Also, I find it ironically funny that in the past 6 months, the Glazers have sold shares in United. Henry sold shares in Liverpool, and now this Super League's being created. What money have they got in it? What money have they put in it? It's just, it's heartbreaking, and there's been no official statement about what's going to happen to the clubs involved in terms of point deduction or being kicked out of certain leagues. But UEFA need to make a stand. They need to show that this ain't going to be tolerated, and then let the clubs decide. Do you want to be in just the Super League, or do you want to be in the domestic cups? Do you want to be in the European cups? Because I tell you what, this is going to destroy football. And the way that the setup is at the moment, I know it's not been great with the pandemic, but the money filters down the pyramid from the top league down to the lower tiers of football. With this, it's gonna hurt teams that don't deserve to be hurt. Teams that are in the 7th, 6th, 5th tier of English football, Championship, League 1, League 2. It's gonna hurt them financially, and in terms of any kind of revenue, TV rights. And there's already talks about people like DAZN wanting to buy the rights for these games. This isn't something that just they didn't just turn around on Sunday and be like, shall we announce a league? Yeah, let's announce a league. No, this has been something that's planned for a long time. Apparently, Perez, Real Madrid's president, has been touting this idea since 2009. Hey Joker, welcome. But no, I'm just absolutely appalled, and it's franchising football, and it's making me really sad, because no longer are we going to get the competitive side of football. Like, I love it when United get the chance to play Real Madrid, or I love it when we get the chance to play Juventus, or teams like that. But what, we're going to play them two, 3 times every season? It takes away the allure of that game. The you've got 2 legs in which to beat the best. Now it's going to be like, oh, I finished first this season and you only finished 4th. Oh, but I finished first the season before and you finished 3rd. Like, it's absolute bullshit. It's a whole crock of shit. It's absolutely terrible. It's despicable. It's money hungry. It's money greedy owners that are destroying football. They don't care about the fans, because if they cared about the fans, they would have seen the outrage when it was leaked, and they wouldn't have put out the announcement. They would have said, whoa, hold off. Maybe we're being a bit too hasty here. The fans aren't happy. No one's happy. The general consensus is this is bad. But no, they just all went for it. And last year, Klopp said that if a Super League was announced, he would resign. And I hope Klopp, Ollie, Tuchel, Arteta, Mourinho, I hope all of them resign. Just to stick it to them. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve to have to do that. But we all need to have our say, and I think that this is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. It should never have left the bar. This is the kind of thing that this is the kind of idea, like when you're out for a beer with your mates. It's like, we should start a bar. And it sounds like the best idea ever. You come up with a name, you come up with like, oh, we'll have live music on Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. And it sounds like the best idea. And then the next day you go out and you just buy a bar. And then a year later you realise, shit, buying a bar is one of the worst financial decisions you can make. It's like it's like the thought process behind this. It's all money fueled. Joker said that's part of what is destroying competitive sports in general. Yeah, money is destroying sports. I've always been a big fan of the Rooney Rule, which is salary caps for players. But now that's getting ridiculous. There's players asking for $500,000 a week now. Our goalkeeper's on £350,000 a week. That's 1.4 million a month. So you know, you're talking like 15 million a year. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I was offered that, yeah, damn right I'd take it. But this is why there is no such thing as loyalty in football anymore either. And how can players be loyal if their own fucking owners of their club can't be? Basically, what's happening to football now is that these owners of these clubs, ours included, have sold their soul for a suck of the devil's cock. That's the only way I can put it. They've sold out to big banks. And it is what it is. And there are some people out there, very few, that are all in support of the Super League. Obviously you don't know football. Obviously you're a fucking idiot. Because this is going to destroy it. This is going to destroy all of it. It really will. Anyway, don't really have much more to say on the matter. I could carry on getting more angry, but you know, I want to see UEFA and FIFA take a stand. So hashtag Super League, make your voice heard. I know that's trending on Twitter at the moment. It's probably not going to help, but you know, the more people that speak up, the more chance that it will get rescinded. Anyway, yeah, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, hit like on this video if you liked it. If you like that person I had to ban earlier for calling me a cock, called the Super League Dons, who obviously disliked this video, cheers, because it helps the algorithm. And probably an Arsenal fan, you know, because they're finally getting a bit of investment. Anyway, I've been Jay. This has been United Weekly. Have an awesome day. Peace. Fuck you, Glazers.